Big changes are coming to Germany in 2025, and they're going to impact your daily life, your wallet, and even your future plans. And oftentimes in a very sneaky way, so it's good to know about them. So in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of all the important changes. So in Germany, at the moment, you get unlimited travel on regional and local transport for a flat price of 49 euros per month, which is really affordable. This is the Deutschland ticket, and it was introduced in 2023. Unlimited travel with only one ticket. But apparently, running public transportation isn't cheap, and many local transport providers have been struggling to cover costs with the ticket at that price. So starting in 2025, the monthly fee is set to increase from the previous 49 euros, likely to around 58 or maybe even more. Now here's where it gets interesting for students. Right now there is a student discount in place. In many states and universities, the Deutschland ticket comes 20 euros cheaper at 29 euros for students. And the good news is that this discount is expected to continue in 2025. But here the price might also go up, potentially to 38 euros a month. For commuters, it's usually cheaper than other ticket options. But if you only travel a little, you should calculate whether the Deutschland ticket is actually worth it. Now in 2025, there will also be a big tax reform, which is supposed to increase your net income in Germany. So there will also be a lot of different financial changes. Like every year, the basic tax-free allowance will increase. This one is known as the Grundfreibetrag, and it is a part of your income that isn't taxed. And this makes sure everyone has enough for a basic standard of living. For the year 2024, it has been increased to 11,784 euros. And this means the first 11,784 euros of your income is completely tax-free. You only start paying taxes on any income above that amount. For example, if you earn 15,000 euros in 2024, you'll only be taxed on 3,216 euros, the part of your income that's over the 11,784 allowance. In 2025, it's going to rise again to 12,084 euros. And in 2026, it's set to go up to 12,336 euros. And these increases are supposed to balance out the effects of inflation and make taxes a bit easier to handle, especially for people with low or middle incomes. And like every year, the minimum wage is also going to increase in 2025. Starting January 1st, 2025, it will rise from 12.41 euros to 12.82 euros per hour. And at the same time, there is good news for people working part-time or side jobs. The earnings cap for mini jobs is also going up. The earnings cap is rising from 538 euros to 556 euros per month. And this means you as a mini jobber can earn a bit more without crossing into a higher tax bracket or losing your tax-free status. As you can see, there are a lot of changes related to taxes. And in Germany, there is something called the Spitzensteuersatz, which is the top tax rate. Germany uses a progressive tax system, so the more you earn, the higher the tax rate you pay on parts of your income. So for 2025, the 42% top tax rate will apply to income above 68,430 euros per year. But to avoid any confusion, this doesn't mean you pay 42% on everything you earn. Only the part of your income above 68,430 euros is taxed at 42%. For example, if you earn 75,000 euros in a year, you don't pay 42% on the full 75,000 euros. Instead, you pay lower rates on your income up to 68,430 euros and 42% only on the 6,570 euros above the threshold. In Germany, there is also an even higher tax rate called the Reichensteuersatz, which is 45%. One more big change coming in 2025 is a move to hold internet providers accountable for slow speeds. And this is very interesting for everyone who uses internet in Germany. I think that's the majority, so let me explain. In Germany, there is an institution called the Federal Network Agency, the Bundesnetzagentur. And they've introduced new rules and tools to protect consumers and ensure fairness in internet services. If you've ever used the internet in Germany, you know it can sometimes be unreliable, slow and expensive. And let's be honest, it sucks. So to address this issue, the agency has set up a website where you can test your actual internet speed and compare it to what's promised in your contract. So here's the important part. If your internet speed is consistently lower than what was agreed in your contract, you now have much more rights. You can demand a reduction in your monthly bill, and in extreme cases, you're even allowed to cancel your contract on the spot without any penalties. And this is a huge win for us consumers because it forces internet providers to deliver on their promises. So if you're stuck with bad internet, make sure to check out the online test and take advantage of these new rules. So let's move on to the next change. Now in the Eurozone, there is a thing called instant bank transfers. And this means you can send money to another account within a few seconds, much like PayPal. But so far, banks have charged for the service. For example, you pay 50 cents per real-time transfer, with some banks even up to €1.50. On the other hand, normal bank transfers usually take a maximum of 1 bank working day. However, because of weekends or public holidays, it can sometimes take a few days for the money to reach the other account, because weekends and public holidays are not included in the calculation. So if you want to send money to your friend's account on Friday, the money will probably arrive there on Monday, and this sucks, especially if you need to pay quickly. So from 2025, instant bank transfers in euros will be free. And this means regardless of whether your bank is based in the Netherlands, Germany or France, you can transfer money in seconds and pay no extra fee at any time of day or night, 365 days a year. Now in 2025, there are also going to be some changes to health insurance costs in Germany, and it's something to keep an eye on. Normally, most people don't really need to think about their health insurance contributions because the employer basically takes care of it. But starting January 1st, 2025, if you're employed in Germany, you're going to notice a difference in your paychecks. So here's exactly why. Health insurance companies are going to raise their rates, and it's going to affect a lot of people. And the average additional contribution rate is jumping by 0.8 percentage points and going up to 2.5%. But it doesn't stop there. Some companies are increasing it even more. Take the Techniker Krankenkasse TK for example. They are the largest health insurance company in Germany with 11.8 million members, and they are more than doubling the supplementary rate from 1.2% to 2.45%. And it's not just people with public health insurance who will feel the change. If you have private insurance, there's bad news here too. Private health insurance premiums are also going up by about 18% on average. So whether you're in the public system or have private coverage, you probably see some changes to your paycheck or premiums in 2025. It's a good time to review your insurance options and make sure you're getting the best deal for your situation. Now, there are also some changes in immigration policies. You might have heard of the Skilled Immigration Act, Fachkräfteeinwanderungsgesetz, long word I know. It's a law that makes it easier for skilled workers from outside the EU to come to Germany for work. It simplifies the visa process, and it's not just university graduates who can apply anymore. People with vocational training or specific skills can also apply too. The law also helps you get your qualifications recognized faster, and this makes it easier to find a job, move to Germany, and even bring your family along. In 2025, there are also updates to the law. One big change is a salary requirement for the EU Blue Card, which is a special type of visa for highly qualified professionals. If you're applying without pre-approval, your job needs to pay at least 48,300 euros per year. And if you have pre-approval, the minimum is a bit lower, 40,759 euros. Now here's the important part. Germany is also thinking about giving skilled workers a big tax break. And this could mean up to 30% of your income might be tax-free for the first 3 years. These are the major changes in 2025, and let me know in the comments what you think about them. Love you and stay focused.